this and send it. Okay, so you're going to start lying down on your back. Do have your strap close by so that you can grab it at any point, but you're going to lie down on your back. Yes, just your regular TheraBand. Having a TheraBand right by you. And then just from here, just become aware of the pelvis. First off, you're going to find your ASIS, the front of your pelvis, these two protruding hip bones, and bring the heels of your hands to that. And then you're going to bring your fingers to rest just on top of your pubic bone, the front of the pelvis down, and then bring your thumbs to touch. So you're making this triangle. And so you want to think about this triangle point. That is basically the mirror of your sacrum. And so if you, through that triangle, see if you can engage, drawing inward towards, drawing your hips towards the midline, and then draw down towards your sacrum. Excuse me, sorry. So draw in and down, trying to imprint that part of your core down onto your sacrum. And then from here, let's just lift the hips up. Just being aware that that low portion, and then lowering the hips down. Lift the hips up, and as you lift the hips up, you draw the core down towards the sacrum, and then lower the hips down and let it relax. Lift the hips up, draw that triangle down, and then lower back down. Inhale here, exhale, imprint that triangle to the sacrum, lift up, and then lower back down. Now bring your hands just underneath your ribs and to the side. So you're kind of on the outside of your ribs, kind of by your waistline, and your fingers should be coming in towards your belly button, but not in at your belly button. And now as you lift your hips up, wrap your fingers to interlace over your belly button. And then as you lower back down, you're going to let the fingers separate. So you want to think that this is actually how your core works. It wraps inward and down. It doesn't just pull down from your belly button. And then exhale to lower down. Inhale down at the bottom. So you want to feel this wrap of drawing everything in towards the belly button. And then at the belly button, it's kind of like a cave that just drops down. And then lower back down. Last one. So pull the triangle down, wrap the ribs in, pull down towards that belly button. We're going to hold up here. And so you're in that bridge, and you want to feel the oppositional forces of the core wrapping in and down as your glutes are wrapping in and pressing up. So there are the two oppositional forces. Get them engaged to keep your body stable and still. And we're going to start marching the legs. Lift one leg, then back down, then the other leg, back down. One, good. And when you have both your glutes, meaning your hip extensors and your core both actively working, it acts as like a board so that you can just freely move the legs, and it shouldn't be much strain as we're just continuing to march for 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. And from here, you're going to lower your hips down, but keep the activation, the stability in the hips. Bring the hands behind the head, support the neck, and curl up. Now, continue to crunch up. And this crunch up is the same thing. You wrap the ribs inward, you draw the triangle down, but also think about your sternum. Your sternum pulls down towards your pubic bone, drawing the ribs downward. So that creates the flexion. Your shoulders are supporting you, supporting the neck to curl you up for 5 more. This is 5. This is 4, 3, 2, and on this one, you're going to crunch up and hold. Okay, you're curled up, head and shoulders. Now, feel your elbows. Draw your elbows down from your scapula. You draw your humerus, your arm bone, inward, and that's going to pull your scapula down towards your sit bone. Let your shoulders support the neck, not just the hands. Then you're going to bring that marching position, motion again. You march one leg up, then the other. Again, feel that same oppositional force. The core is drawing down as your back is pressing up. to keep your body completely still. Your shoulders are supporting the neck for 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. Now we're going to pause. Left leg in tabletop. Now you're going to bring your right armpit towards your left knee for 10. Back down. 9. Down. 8. Down. Now, right now we're just focusing on the rotation. So just keeping that left shoulder blade down, right shoulder blade rotates off. For 3, 2. So this is rotation of the spine. Hold on this one. Now, getting that extra rotation, but we're also going to get a little bit of flexion. So you keep that right shoulder blade off. Now try to pull your left shoulder blade off as you come up. Come up. And so it's a small movement. Right shoulder blade stays off, and we're just coming up with that left. Yes. Up. Up. For 3 more. For 3. Drawing everything down. Remember, triangle, sternum, rib wrap. Last one. Lower that foot down. Lower the head and shoulders. Active recovery here. Inhale. As you exhale, bring that right leg to tabletop. Inhale here. Exhale, we're going to bring left armpit towards right knee. And you keep that right shoulder blade down, and you're coming up. And it's just that rotation. We're just focusing on spinal rotation right now before we go for that deep. And just focus. That triangle is pulling down. Sternum is pulling down. Ribs pull off the mat and then lower back down. 2 more. 1. And on this one, we're going to hold up. Now, we have that left shoulder blade off. Let's try to pull the right shoulder blade off by coming up for 1. Up. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. Good. 7. 8. 9. 10. Lower head and shoulders. Lower the foot down. Rest. Bring your palms to face the ceiling down at your side. Lift the hips up, coming back up into your bridge. Find the core, drawing down, and you have to resist that idea of pulling the pelvis down by engaging your back extensors and your hip extensors. And now from here, keeping that oppositional force straight in your right leg. And now you're just extending that right leg out. Because you've lost the connection into the ground, you have to do the work to fire that right side for 5, 4, 3, 2. Reach the right leg up towards the ceiling. Right leg is up towards the ceiling. Let's lower the hips down. Lift the hips up. Lower the hips down. Lift the hips up. Lower down. Lift up for 5, 4, 3, 2. See if you can try to touch the ceiling with that right leg and hold up. Lower that right leg down till the knees are side by side. Then just continue to let that momentum bend the knee. And now you have both feet on the ground. Re-engage the glutes, re-engage the core. Straighten that left leg out. Work harder on that left hip for you to fire the muscle. We're holding for 5, 4. Feel that activation. And even if you place your hand there, it's going to give you that proprioceptive muscles telling your nervous system, fire this point. Engage these muscles, then lift the left leg up towards the ceiling, and then we're going to lower the hips down. Lift the hips up, lower the hips down, squeeze the glutes to lift up, and feel that muscle shortening. So you're going to feel that activation, the firming up of the muscle in your glutes for 3, 2. Lift and hold. With control, you lower the left leg down till the knees are side by side, and then continue the movement to just let the knee bend. Place the foot down, lower the hips down. Flatten out the low back, doing a pelvic tilt. Bring your right leg to tabletop, then your left leg. Straighten the legs up towards the ceiling. Now we're going to separate the legs about the distance of knees are going to be in line with the shoulders. Arms are going to go straight up. You can always bring the hands behind the head to support the neck. Crunch up. Now, you want to work the core here the same way we did before. Wrapping the ribs inward, drawing the pubic bone, triangle down, and drawing the sternum towards that pubic bone. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. And on this one, you crunch up as high as you can. Now we're going to do 10 little pulses from here, crunching, pulsing up higher. 10, 9, 8, 7. Each time, draw down more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Active recovery. Lower head and shoulders, bend the knees in. Inhale here. Exhale, straighten the legs up. And now it's going to be right hand on the inside of your left knee, left hand on the outside of the left knee, and crunch up. So you want to bring that right shoulder blade over towards the left knee and pull the left shoulder blade forward and up. So there's that rotation and up, rotation and up. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2. On this one, we hold. And now we're going to do 10 pulses, pulsing up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Active recovery. Lower down, bend the knees, hug the knees in towards the chest. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the knees back over the hips, straighten the legs up. Left hand to the inside of right knee, right hand to the outside. Crunch up obliques for 10, 9. Feel that core, focusing on the wrap and the drawdown. Wrap, drawdown, wrap, drawdown. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and on this one, hold up 10 pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the legs together, lower head and shoulders, bend the legs into tabletop, place the feet down. Go ahead and reach and grab your TheraBand. Good job, everybody. So really working that abdominals to keep you stable. You're going to wrap your right foot in the strap, send it straight up towards the ceiling. And with that right leg straight up towards the ceiling, you want to grab as close to your foot as you can without curling up. Grab there, pull down. So you have a good amount of tension in the strap, and we're just going to lower the leg down, lift the leg up. The elbows are bent, staying in at your side. Don't allow them to straighten so that it's just the leg lowers and lifts. For 5, 4, 3, 2. And on this one, you're going to pause at that leg, hovering just off the mat. Now from here, keep your elbows glued into your side. Your knee, your left knee is bent, bottom of the foot is on the ground. We're going to roll up to a sitting position. Roll up, you roll up, you roll up. Your leg is still floating straight out in front of you. Lower it down because you're up on your sit bones. And let's open the leg and close the leg. Open the leg, close the leg. Open and close. Open and close. So what we've done is we've gone from the hip being completely open to the hips being completely flexed. So now your quad has to activate more, but we have the support of the strap. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the leg back to center. Let's paint 5 circles each direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 the other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold. Now, keep that leg lifted. We're going to really challenge the stabilizers of the knee. Straighten your arms. Feel the tension of the strap go away and feel your quads turn on, keeping that knee straight. You're holding here. Now, point your foot. Flex your foot. Point the foot. Flex the foot. Point the foot. Flex the foot. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flex the foot, bend the elbows in, roll back down. Roll down, roll down, roll down, roll down, roll down. That left knee is still bent. You're going to bring the left leg to tabletop. Straighten the left leg so the left leg is in the strap as well. We're going to lift both legs up, lower both legs down. Lift both legs up, lower both legs down. Good. For 5, feel how your core has to work a little bit more now. Really focusing on the pubic bone drawing down towards the sacrum, making that triangle. Draw the sternum down towards the pubic bone. Wrap the ribs in. Last one, and you're going to pause at that low angle. As low as feels comfortable for you. Then you're going to bend that right knee and place it down on the ground. Lower the left leg so it's hovering just off the mat And now we're gonna curl all the way up to a sitting position up on the sit bones. That leg stays hovering. We're holding here. And now let's open the leg, close the leg. Open the leg, close the leg. Open and close. Open and close. Last two. 1, 2. Bring that leg back to center and hold. See if you can lift the leg a little bit higher. See if you can keep that lift of the leg, straighten the arms. Now there's hardly any tension in the strap. Now you point the foot, flex the foot, 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 point and flex for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flex the foot and hold. Lower that leg down so it's resting on the ground. Straighten your other leg out into the strap. Roll back into the C curve. The only thing that should be on the mat is your sacrum. Don't let any of your spine besides your sacrum be on. Ava, push your sternum down and curl up higher. Come more into flexion forward. Yes, just like that. Now everybody, let your shoulders relax, drawing down. If this ever gets to be too much for the low back, you place a ball underneath it. And let's turn the palms to the ceiling. Bend and straighten the elbows. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. For 5. For 4. For 3. For 2. Pause with the elbows bent. Hold here. Draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Keep that pubic bone pushing towards your sternum. Engage. Now we're going to just float the legs up. Tilt back a little bit more. Now you're on the upper part of your sacrum. Some of your lumbar spine is down on the mat now. And then you bend the knees in. You have your, Sarah, come down more. Susan, come down more. Yeah. If you have that ball, yeah, you're going to have to get rid of the ball. So really, your ribs are off the mat, but you're curled up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your legs into tabletop. Now we're going to place the feet down so your heels touch. Just your heels. Lower your head and shoulders so the strap is still on the bottom of the feet. And then what we're going to do is as you lift your hips up, you're going to flatten your feet out so the strap stays underneath the heels. And then elbows are still bent. You punch the arms up. You lower the arms down. You punch the arms up. You lower the arms down. Punch up, lower down. Punch up, lower down. For 5. At any point if the strap comes underneath and you get whacked, I apologize now. You just want to get the strap back underneath the feet and those hips lifted. And keep the arms up towards the ceiling. Open the arms out to the side, lift the arms back up. Open the arms out to the side, lift the arms back up. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Lift those arms straight up towards the ceiling. Now you're going to lower them down towards your hips. As you lower your hips, then flex the feet. When your arms come down, straighten the legs out. The strap's still underneath the feet. You're going to take an inhale here. Exhale, curl your head and shoulders off the mat. So just the head and shoulders. Only your head and shoulders. The tips of your scapula are just off the mat. Push out of those heels. Now, palms are facing each other. Bend your elbows. Straighten your elbows. Bend your elbows. Ever gets too much for the neck, you just rest it down. But really, focusing on that core connection here, not just the belly button, but the whole wrap in and down. Try to get that full engagement. The core is more than just the belly button. For 3, for 2, let your breath help. Last one, pause with the elbows bent. Now we're going to roll all the way up. Roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up, rolling forward. Straighten those arms out. Round the shoulders forward and back. Stack your spine up. Good. Now you're going to keep your feet wrapped. Bring them together. And we're just going to go and you're going to lie down on your side. Your feet are still together and you're holding the strap with your top hand. And you're holding both ends of the strap. And you're just going to lie down. And then what you're going to do is you're going to just bring your top foot out. Bring your bottom foot out so only your top foot is strapped. You bend your bottom leg up. Now your elbow is going to be bent, making a 90-degree angle, and you're going to float that top leg so it's parallel to the ground. You created a little pillow for yourself. Now, at any point, if it gets to be too heavy, all that you do is you grab the strap with the bottom hand, only if it gets too heavy. But let's kick forward and back. It's just a little bit of tension in that strap. It's not a ton, and as you kick that leg forward, you lose some of that tension. Now, if you ever want to make it more challenging, you grab closer to the strap, towards the middle of the strap, and that's going to put more weight in the strap. For 5, for 4, for 3, 2, 1. Let's kick that leg forward and hold. Now, you can keep pulling up on that strap. Now just bend the knee, straighten the knee. You're going to bring that arm straight up, a little bit straight up towards the ceiling so that the knee is out of the way of the strap. The strap is out of the way for the knee. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. And on this one, you're going to pause with the leg straight. Now straighten the arm up towards the ceiling. Keep that leg straight out in front of you. And hold. Let's paint 5 circles with the leg and the arm. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 the other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold. Keep that arm lifted up towards the ceiling. Bring the leg in line with you. Now lower the arm down. Lift the arm up. Lower the arm down. Lift the arm up. For 5. And up. For 4. And up. For 3. And up. 2. And up. Last one, you're going to pause with that arm straight up towards the ceiling. Now bend the elbow. Straighten the elbow. Bend the elbow. Straighten the elbow. And it's the control of straightening that arm up towards the ceiling. The elbow doesn't move in space. For 5. And up. For 4. And up. 3. And up. 2. And up. Last one. And up. Now hold. Lower the arm down. This foot's still in the strap. Take your bottom leg. Straighten it out underneath you. Take the strap and you're going to pull it off the foot. So that top foot no longer has the strap. That top leg is still floating though. You're going to turn out. Bend the knee, drawing that knee up towards you. That foot comes up and you're going to rest the top foot on that bottom knee. And then you're going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. Now, as you continue to lift and lower, everybody, take your top arm, reach it up towards the ceiling. Now you're going to do a side bend. Reach that arm up and above you and see how that draws the ribs off. As you continue to lift and lower, keep these ribs lifted. And now bring your arm back down to your side and keep the ribs off the mat as you lift and lower the bottom leg. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and on this one, you lift the legs up and hold. Now press down into that bottom knee. You're holding. You're trying to resist the pressure of that top foot pushing down for 5, 4, 3. Now let's work on adhesions of the quad and the hamstring to the adductor. You just bend the knee, straighten the knee. It's floating up. You bend the knee. You straighten the knee. That bottom knee, you bend it, and you straighten for 3, for 2, and 1. Lower that bottom leg down. Straighten that top leg out. We're just going to roll over onto your stomach. You're going to bring your forehead to rest on your hands. Take a big inhale here. Trying to fill up the lobes of the lungs, expanding the ribs out to the side. And then exhale. And then just try to listen. Don't feel like you have to look at the computer screen. If you can just listen and inhale, let it expand out to the side, and exhale, close the ribs. So trying your hardest to not look at the screen to see if you're doing this correctly. Just try to move. Push your pubic bone gently into the mat. Draw your shoulders down away from the ears. Start to lift your head, lift your chest. Pushing down into your hands. Good. And then lower the head and shoulders. Lift the head, lift the chest. And trying not to crank your neck to see if you're doing this correctly, and lower back down. We just want to keep the spine as neutral as we can. Draw the scapula down, lift the head, lift the chest, and hold. You're lifted up. Good. Now see if you can relax the shoulders down away from the ears. Draw the belly button away from the mat and push the pivot bone gently into the mat. Now you're going to separate the hands out to the side in line with your shoulders or just outside of them. And you're just going to start to press into the hands to come up into a full swan, drawing those shoulders down. So you're up in that full extension, only as high as feels comfortable for you. Fantastic, everybody. And then from here, you're going to drop down belly button, bottom of the ribs, then your sternum. And then let's just go ahead from here. You press back into a child's pose. Good job. It's so tempting to just turn and look at the screen, making sure you're doing it right, but it's more important just to move and not crank the neck. And now you're going to come up to all fours. And you want to come to this all fours position. And let's just do a couple cats and cows. Round the spine up. Extend the spine back. Good. Round the spine up. Extend the spine back. And then from here, at any point, if you need to drop down to your elbows, please do for these planks, but trying to find what position works well for you. You're going to separate the shoulder blades, draw them down. We've been being so aware of drawing that whole core inward and then upward. Do that here as you extend one leg back, then the other leg back, and create those two oppositional forces. Now, instead of the spine instead of the core trying to push the spine away down into the mat, you're trying to draw the core up away from the floor. So it's now drawing up away from gravity, and your glutes are engaging to push down towards the floor. So create the oppositional forces of the core drawing away from the floor, the glutes drawing towards the floor, and you're holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to bring one knee in, then the other knee. Go ahead and grab your strap, your TheraBand, and let's lie down on the other side. You want to have that top foot wrapped into the strap. So it's kind of cool. When we're in our bridge, the core is trying to pull your spine down towards the mat. And when you're in a plank, the core is trying to pull your spine up away from the mat. Same, but different. Okay. You're going to lie down on your side. Top foot is in the strap. We're going to just rest down. And now let's just first kick the leg forward and back. That bottom knee can be bent or in line with the body. Kick forward and back. Kick forward and back. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to kick forward on this one and hold. Now you can grab more of the strap to make this more challenging, but you're just going to bend the knee and straighten it. Now you can bring that arm, you're going to slightly externally rotate the shoulder, meaning you bring your knuckles up towards the ceiling to create space so that the strap isn't rubbing up against the knee. For straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep that leg straight out in front of you and hold. Let's just paint 5 circles here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 the other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the leg still. Straighten the arms straight up towards the ceiling. Keep that leg straight out in front of you. Paint 5 circles with the arms. 5. Just the arms. 4. Keep that leg still. 2, 1. 5 the other direction. I didn't like how it felt doing them both together. 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick the leg back in line with your body. Now right here, you're pushing out of that strap. Reach. And now you're going to bend just the elbow, straighten the elbow. Remember that side bend feeling when we were doing the adduction of drawing the ribs off the floor? Go ahead and draw your ribs off the mat by lifting up. And that's going to keep the pelvis square to the ground and your hips stacked. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, Last one. Keep those arms straight up towards the ceiling. Hold. Now you're going to lower the arms down. Lift the arms back up. Lower the arms down. Keeping that leg still. Lift the arms up. If it's ever too much, you just grab closer to the ears of the strap. If you want more work, you just grab closer to the middle of the strap for 3, for 2. Last one, then you're going to lower the arm down. Bring that foot out of the strap. Straighten your bottom leg. Turn out. Bend the knee. Place the bottom of the foot on the bottom knee. And from here, remember, you're keeping those ribs lifted off. Let's lift and lower. Lift and lower. Get that side bend and then lift and lower. So really, the only thing that should be on the mat is maybe the shoulder and the hip. If you can keep everything else lifted up for 5, 4, 3. You can definitely use that top arm to support yourself. Lift and hold. Now start to press that top foot into the bottom knee, and you resist by drawing that bottom knee up towards the ceiling. Now let's bend the knee and straighten the knee. Bend the knee, straighten the knee. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. You're pushing down, resisting. Get the inner thighs working for 3, for 2. Last one, straighten the leg out. Lower both legs down, straightening them on top of each other. And let's just roll over onto your back. Send your arms out to the side. Send your knees one direction. Send your head the other. And just take a nice inhale here, stretching out. And then as you exhale, you're going to draw the side of the ribs that's up towards the ceiling. You draw those down and feel how that pulls your pelvis back onto the mat. And then your head will go the other direction. Your knees will go the other. Opposite directions. Good. And now the other side of the ribs are up and away from, up and off the mat. Then you're going to draw that side of your ribs down onto the mat. That pulls your pelvis back onto the mat. Squared. Draw the scapula down away from the ears. Bend the elbows. Bring the hands behind the head to support the neck. Let's curl the head and shoulders off the mat. Find that core integration now. You're trying to draw the belly down onto the mat. And we're going to bring your right leg to tabletop. Then bring your left leg to tabletop and hold. Let's straighten your right leg out. And then as that right leg comes in, you straighten the left leg out. And switch. And switch. Now, if you want to challenge yourself, you straighten the leg lower. If that's too much, you straighten it higher. But you just find what feels good for your body where you can challenge yourself. Last one. Bring both legs in. Now, drop that sternum down. Engage the shoulder blade so it's going to support your neck. Bring your hands to the outside of your knees. At any moment, if it's too much for the neck, you bring the hands back behind the head. Straighten the legs in front of you as you straighten the arms above you. Circle the arms as you bend the legs in. Straighten the arms, straighten the legs. Circle the arms, bend the legs in. Straighten arms and legs. Circle, bringing to tabletop. For 3, and in. 4, and in. Last one. 5, and in. Straighten the legs up towards the ceiling. See if you can curl up higher, getting more of that flexion here. Good. Always listen to your body. If you need to rest at any point, please do. Lower the left leg down. Keep that right leg up. And switch. Bring the hands behind the head to support the neck if you need. Or you can continue alternating, bringing the hands behind whichever leg is up towards the ceiling. And we're just switching these scissor kicks. Great job, everybody. One leg moves, the other leg moves. For 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Bring both legs up towards the ceiling. Now we're going to lower both legs down, only as low as feels comfortable for your body. You do not need to go so low that your ribs pop up away from the ceiling. We're just lowering both legs and then lifting them. For 3, this is a long core series. For 2, last one. Then bend the legs into tabletop. Bring your knees past your hips. Hug them in and lower the head and shoulders. Active recovery. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, you bring the knees back over the hips. Curl your head and shoulders off the mat. Hands come behind the head to support the neck. Straighten your right leg straight out in front of you. Now right armpit comes towards left knee, and then you're going to switch. Bring the right knee in, straighten left leg out. Left armpit towards right. knee, and switch. Switch, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. Bring both legs into tabletop. Hands come to the outsides of the knees. Rest your head and shoulders at any point. Straighten arms, straighten legs. As you bend your knees in, you bring your arms to the outside of the left leg. Bring that right armpit towards left knee. Straighten arms, straighten legs. Left armpit towards right knee. Straighten arms, straighten legs. So you're coming to the outside of the legs now. We're getting the obliques. That was 2, 3, 3, 4. Good. 4. One more on each side. 5, 5. Bring both legs to tabletop. Straighten the legs straight up towards the ceiling. Curl up higher. Use your legs to help with your curl up. Lower your left leg down. Listen to your body. Keep your left leg down. Bring your hands behind your head to support the neck. Left armpit towards right knee for 10, 9. At any point, you can always bend that bottom leg and rest it on the ground. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And we're going to switch. Lower the right leg down. Left leg stays up towards the ceiling. You can always bend that right knee and rest it on the ground if you need a little extra support. Right armpit towards left knee for 10, 9, 8, 7. Think about the core. Find that wrap for 3. Draw down towards the sacrum. 2, 1. Bend both knees in. Rest the head and shoulders. Place everything down. Take a big inhale and exhale. Good job. That was a ton. Good job. Shake the knees out. Listen to your body. Do whatever your body is telling you to do right now to relax. If it's baby, happy baby, child's pose, just listen to your body, what it needs for you to do to let your body relax. Okay, good. And then we're going to come up to an all fours position again. That was a really great job, everybody. Now it's going to be like a dog wagging its tail. You're going to bring the left hip towards the left shoulder, and then bring that left shoulder down towards the left hip, and then bring both back to center. Then right hip towards right shoulder towards right hip, and then come back. So you're just going to do that side bend, then come back to center. Then left arm goes up towards the ceiling and rotate the chest open. And then you're going to thread that left arm in between the right knee and right arm and bend and rest that left shoulder on the ground. And then you come all the way up. And then we're going to do the other side. Right arm reaches up towards the ceiling. And then you're going to thread that right arm in between left and come down and rest it. And then we're going to come up to a high kneeling position. So if anyone's having any knee pain right now, take this extremely slowly, and you're going to just move with the support of your hands. Let's go ahead. You're going to take your right foot and you're going to bring it straight out in front of you. You're going to keep your right knee over the right ankle. So if you're having knee pain, you're going to keep the hands on the knee and you're hinged forward. So you're sticking your butt out. That's going to put your hamstring in an active position. It's lengthened and engaged. And then from here, we're just going to straighten the back knee without letting that front knee move forward at all. Yes, and then lower it back down. Realize that it's your pelvis coming up and you hinge forward slightly more and lower back down. Good. You come up, you lower down. So continue doing this if you're having knee pain. If you want to try challenging yourself, you're going to bring your chest upright and you're just going to go halfway up and then slowly lower down. Halfway up, slowly lower down. Now, good. Halfway up, slowly lower down. Last one, halfway up, slowly lower down. And now on this one, we're going to go all the way up. And then you're going to hinge forward, bring that right knee back over the right ankle. And now you're going to press down into that right heel. And you're going to bring your knees side by side. Bring that foot in. Now the pelvis isn't going to move at all. All the weight's in the right heel. Send the left foot back. Bring the left foot forward. Send the left foot back. Bring it forward for 3, 2. You've loaded up that right hip. Keep the left leg back. Now you're just going to lift and lower the left leg, moving from your thut. You lift up, you lower it down. Right leg is still working hard to stabilize for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the left leg in. Reestablish that connection, shifting the weight equally into both hips. Load both hips up. Now you're going to send that left leg back behind you again and hold. You can bring your hands onto your knees, or you can just bring your chest upright, whichever feels more comfortable, to lower back down. Good. And then you're going to bring your knees side by side. That looks great. Now we're going to bring the opposite foot forward. Opposite foot comes forward. So left foot's coming forward for me. So you can either hinge forward, keep the hands on the knee, so you're just straightening and bending that back leg. Or you can keep the chest upright. You're going halfway up, lower back down. So you find which works for your body. And if it even feels better just to go up and just go forward and back, you're just working on these lunges. Lunge down and up. Let's do 3 more. This is 3, 2. And on this one, you're going to come all the way up. You're going to bend that left knee forward, or that front knee if it's your opposite knee. Hinge forward. All the weight's going to go into that left heel. Bring the feet together. Send it back. Bring it together. Send it back. Check to make sure that front knee is over the front ankle. Forward and back. 4 more. 4. Back. 3. Back. 2. And back. Last 1. Reach back and hold. Now we're going to lift and lower that right leg, or that back leg. Lift and lower. And you're lifting from that foot. The pelvis doesn't change shape at all. For 5. For 4. For 3. For 2. For 1. Now bring the feet side by side. Load both hips evenly, pushing into the heels. Stick that tailbone back. Then we're going to send that right leg again back behind you. And then you're just going to lower that right knee towards the ground. Bring both knees back. Come to your all fours position. Round your spine up. And extend your spine back. Cat, cow. Round the spine up. Extend the spine back. Now, really have those hips engaged. Hip extensors especially. Keep them engaged as you extend your left leg back behind you. Separate the shoulder blades and press into the heels of your hands. Get that connection into the ground from underneath the armpit. And then you're going to straighten your right leg back. Find those oppositional forces. Drawing up away from the mat with the core as your glutes are pushing down towards the mat. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to pike your hips up towards the ceiling, coming into a downward-esque dog. Don't hyperextend the shoulders. And then you're either going to walk your feet towards your hands, or your hands towards your feet, or a combo of both. And then we're going to slowly build the spine up, 1 vertebra at a time. And then once you come to a standing position, you're going to float the arms up towards the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, send your arms out to the side to make a T. You're going to bring your right arm overhead, left arm in front, side bend to the left. Now you're just going to draw your ribs down to pull yourself upright. Arms come back out to the side. Opposite arm overhead, opposite arm in front. Side bend the other direction. Draw the ribs down to pull yourself upright. Arms come back out to the side to make a T. Lift your collarbones up towards the ceiling, extending the spine up. Give yourself a hug, and you're just going to send the ribs down and down. And then you're going to go open and rotate and rotate. Open the arms back out to the side, lift the collarbones up. Switch what arm's on top as you give yourself another hug. And again, side bend down and down. And then rotate open and open. Open the arms back out to the side. Inhale, float up towards the ceiling. Bah. Let them drop. Fantastic job, everybody.